Welcome into the Dynasty Total Access. I'm your host, Expert, and it's episode 25, so you know I got the homie Farquhar with me. What's up, my dude?
Yo, 25 episodes we've been doing this, bro.
It's crazy.
Longest running show, I believe, in DML Network, man.
Yes, sir.
Let's get it, bro.
Let's get it. So first off, we got to get some pleasantries out the way. I just want to give a big shout out to all the dudes that have been on the show. Addy 5, Underrated, the Commish Dion. We've had Andre H Speed on here. Man, just big shout out to you guys for jumping on Total Access. Can't do this without y'all.
No doubt.
And of course, we got to give a shout out to our producers, the homie Ty taking care of us today. We got the homie Dion, always on point with our graphics, with everything going on. Got to respect those. But big shout out to my brother, Mr. Farquhar. Man, I couldn't imagine doing Total Access with nobody else. Just love the way that the guy brings energy every single episode. Man, just an honor to be on the show with a dude like Farquhar. Man, big shout out to you, episode 25. And let's get it.
Yo, my guy, likewise. I did not foresee this show going like this, man. This is our first time doing this together, so I wasn't sure how chemistry was going to work, but we clicked from day one, dude.
No doubt.
Big shout out to my brother. You are definitely the voice of the DML Network. So I'm honored to be on here with you myself. And doing this show with you, man. You
no doubt.
This is the tag team champions of the world right now. I feel like.
Yes, sir.
No doubt.
Yes, sir. Let's get it. Now we in the blueprint running stuff too. Man, we taking over everything. But we got some things we need to talk about. Some things happening in the Dynasty we need to address Total Access style. So first off, what is going on with the homie Fruit Cocktail, a.k.a. Friend Zone, Mr. Haircut himself? Just excuse after excuse. He said he finally gonna have it fixed tomorrow, but I think tomorrow is the deadline. I don't know. Part of me wants it to get fixed because I hope we get 32 guys playing games, but then a part of me doesn't want it to work. I'm tired of listening to this dude cry about he's emailing all these people. What's going on with him, Farquhar?
My opinion.
Tank.
I can't really, it sucks that whatever's happening to him is happening to him, and he thinks he's being proactive in his mind, but I mean, it's something as simple as going just to go get a game. Just go buy the game somewhere else and plug it into your system, and I mean, you're missing some quality games. High stakes is right around the corner, so these games really starting to matter. And on top of that, you got two firsts. You got 49ers first, and you got your first. So I don't believe half the crap is.
No doubt.
Not gonna convince me that you're doing everything you can. But we'll see. Dion gave him a deadline, so we'll see what happens, man. I mean, that's all I really got.
I hope he gets it fixed. Then we have a user in the Dynasty, and look, man, I respect most dudes in this league just because I know how difficult it is to win in the Dynasty.
No doubt.
But you can't count your chickens before they hatch in the Dynasty. if you don't have an X next to your name on the PlayStation that says you've qualified for the playoffs, don't come in the chat and say you're already in. That's not how it works. Especially when there's 2 weeks left and it's as tight as it is in the Dynasty. Because you just pumping your opponent up and letting them know that you already got a W versus them. It don't really count. And then you not really looking at the schedule very well because you got some tough games coming up, and there's some dudes coming to get you. So, with that being said, listen, Houdini, you've been here long enough, homie. Like, this is the Dynasty. Nothing is set in stone till week 17 is advanced to the playoffs.
Yes,
you see your name on the playoff roster. Otherwise, man, humble yourself and actually qualify for the playoffs first before you talk. I just can't stand that stuff, Farquhar.
Hey, I'm with you. I'm all about. One thing about me, I'm all about. The competitiveness, trash talk. I'm all about it. But hey, yo, Houdini, if you're listening, bro, take it from someone from Madden 16 that thought I was back from when I said I was running away with the division up until me going into week 17. thinking I was gonna, proclaim myself to be in the playoffs, and it turned out not to be the case, man. So take it from me, man. It's happened to me twice, bro. Don't self-proclaim nothing until you see, like like the homie said, until you see that X next to your team name. Do not assume anything, man. But good luck to you.
No.
You got a tough team this week coming up, and we'll definitely do that.
Yeah, nothing guaranteed in the dynasty. But let's get into these Week 16 games because there's a lot of good games, and there's a lot on the line on some of these games. The first one, not so much. And we got a new nickname in the dynasty. It's HBO and no Steelers going up against King Vitamin and Brown. So let's get business out the way real quick. King Vitamin with an easy win. Easy win. Not going to waste a lot of time there. But HBO got a new nickname. I'm not going to tell you where this nickname came from. If the homie wants to shout out who gave you this nickname. But this is the keyboard cowboy right here. Keyboard cowboy HBO. You 1-13, homie. 1-13. You got to win some games before you can come into Dynasty and run your mouth. Yes. Are you entertaining? Yes. I think it's funny when you run a 6'4" 40 and post a video on it. You will get outrun by Rich Eisen. I love all that stuff. But you 1-13 coming at an OG in this league, you better fall back with that stuff. Keyboard cowboy, Steelers going down to the Browns this week.
Hey HBO, I'm not even gonna, I'm not even gonna kick you while you down, bro. You doing it to yourself, to be honest. But win some games, bro. You need to lab up, man. Lab up, win some games. You got a tough opponent coming up, man. One of the top guys in this league, and he's in your division that you see twice a year. So divisional games are supposed to be tough battles, man, not blowouts all the time. So, hey, man, get lab up, man. Humble up and lab up, because you trying to brag about other users what did he try to come on my man about, the way he edits his videos like that? That's what you argue about? Come on, bro.
Yeah, dude.
You 1-13, man.
1-13, man.
1-13, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta do better, man.
Next up, it's the homie Hot Tub and those Broncos going up against the newbie. It's Kentland and those Colts. Now, I think the Colts got some things working. Once he gets some pieces, I think he's going to be a pretty good user. He's coming here and been kind of quiet. Hopefully we can get the homie on one of these episodes on Total Access, get kind of his feel for the league.
No doubt.
But, man, he got a tough game against the Broncos. This is an easy one for me, too. Hot Tub with an easy win.
Yo, this is another undefeated season, man. Another undefeated season.
Yeah, who's going to get it, dude?
Man. Right now, it's safe to say he is the Peyton Manning of this league.
No doubt.
When it comes to regular season, he is the Peyton Manning of this league. When it comes to regular season, he does not lose in the regular season, and always a threat. If not in the Super Bowl, if he's in it, he's winning it. If he's in it, he's losing it. I mean, that was a hell of a Super Bowl game we watched last year. Shout out KP. But yeah, this guy. I like this Colts guy also, though. This should be a nice little matchup. I think this is going to be his first major test. I know he went against. He had some good battles with his division rival, Tennessee, the homie H-Speed out there. But this is his first good test in this league against a good Hot Tub. So I'm definitely going to tune in this game and see how he adjusts to this guy. But I got Broncos with the win this week, man. 14-0.
14-0, 15-0, whatever he is, 16-0, whatever this dude is, whatever something in zero, because that dude ain't lost a game
man.
2 years in a row. That's just crazy. Gotta respect it, and I want to be the guy that just beats him. I know that's just me. Like, I hate anybody that fears the dude. I just want to beat him.
No doubt.
And there's a lot of dudes that want to beat him in the dynasty. But gotta respect him because he's gonna be 32-0 in regular season in the past 2 years. It's just crazy. It's just crazy to even think about. But let's get into some playoff meaning games. Next up, it's the homie Dion, Nasty Noob, the commish, and those Atlanta Falcons playing well this year. Has a chance to qualify for the playoffs. Needs to win out, I believe. And he's got a tough one this week. It's Gil Garza and those Buccaneers. Tough matchup. Never good to see Garza at the end of the schedule when you fighting for a playoff spot. You got to bring your A game versus this guy. Man, and Deion's without his star wide receivers. It's going to be rough. I know it's going to be a good game. I got to give it to Garza in a close one. It's going to be a 7-10 point game at the most, but Bucks get the win here.
I think if Atlanta had his two top wide receivers, I would have picked Atlanta to win this game.
Yeah.
The firepower, that definitely would have boosted his confidence having a healthy roster, fighting for the playoffs, going against a division rival. I would have picked Atlanta, but with him losing those two guys and Deion loves to play that football, I think he's just going to get a whole nother beast now, and it's definitely going to hinder him a little bit. And shouts out to the homie, man, Garza. He's another solid user at the top right now. Competing for a Super Bowl, and I think he's gonna take this one. Atlanta's luck definitely ran out when he lost those two receivers, man. His season, I think his season was over with. So I'm giving this game to Tampa Bay.
Being rough. Next up, it's Butters, aka Sim Game himself, and those Jets going up against the new daddy Hamilton and those Minnesota Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
And Minnesota fighting for a playoff spot. Jets fighting for a division spot. This game means a lot. This game means a lot. Now, both of these guys coming off L's from Week 15. Vikings take a loss to the Lions. I think the Jets lost to the Patriots. Tough losses for both these guys. Man, I know you got an interest in this game, so I know where you're going with this one. Man, Hamilton, I love what the homie's doing with Minnesota. Saw he played his game today with the new baby sitting next to him. Man, just a great picture for Dynasty. We do it all here in the Dynasty as dads.
Yes, sir.
Just good look. I'm picking Hamilton in a close game to beat the Jets this week because he's at home.
This is a really big game that I have circled on my calendar as well. Shouts out Hamilton. Shouts out Butters, man, and Mr. Sim Game himself. I was in the Patriots. Little does he know, I was in the Patriots that game last week against the Patriots and the Jets, man. I was in the Patriots inbox, like trying to pretty much hype him up, and it
worked.
When Farquaad talks, people seem to listen, so I'm digging it. So going into this game, hey, Hamilton, man, you had a bad loss against the Lions last week, but I'm gonna be in your DM too, trying to hype you up, bro.
No doubt.
Get this win, bro. I think you can do it. You got home cooking. You got a monster cornerback in Henry Lusk.
He does.
I think New York has some bad. He's got a few injuries too. I know he got some guys out when we played a few weeks ago. So take advantage of it. You got a beast that wide receiver Toxin. Man, you better spam that guy like OCB getting spammed and get the win, bro. I got Vikings with the win.
No doubt. Next up, it's the homie Tazzarelli and those Saints going up against C-Rob and the Panthers.
Okay.
Now, these two guys know each other very, very well. There will be no surprises in this game. These guys have been playing together long enough. Man, I just want to see the homie Tazzarelli put a season together and get himself in the playoffs.
No doubt.
Like I know he can. He's had some injuries this year. The ball just, for some reason, I guess it hates New Orleans. It never bounces the homie's way. But this is a trap game for me.
Oh,
because C-Rob is battling to get in the playoffs. And he got some teams breathing down his neck trying to take that wild card spot.
Mm-hmm.
This is the trap game that everybody is looking for. Taz, I know you listening. Go into Carolina and go get this W. I'm picking the Saints with the upset.
Wow, okay. You know what? I've got the Saints winning on my book as well, bro. He's. I know the homie's fed up, man.
No doubt.
He needs to get out that camera view, though. That's part of the reason why I think also he's playing for the blimp cam. It's not really doing you well, bro. But
how do you do that? I just don't understand. I love watching games with him playing. I can see the whole field.
Yeah, that's impressive to see that, man. I feel like I'm watching it on TV, bro. Shout out to C-Rock, man. He's got the MVP candidate, Adrian Keys, out there.
Yeah,
doing the late first round pick, doing some work.
Yeah, he is.
Tazzarelli, he prides himself on stopping that run defense and his plethora of linebackers down there. And he's got a beast running back himself out there in New Orleans too. So I think it's going to be a good divisional game. I've got the Saints crushing my man's playoff hopes. I think he's gonna end the season on a good note, man. Saints with the win.
Let's get it. Hey, that's the reach game. Saints with the reach linebacker versus Panthers with the reach halfback.
Yeah, I didn't say he reached, man. I said the draft fell off after that. As far as that running back, the draft fell off, man. But
just a bad draft.
Yeah, overall,
it was ugly. It was ugly. Let's move on. Next up, it's the homie Carl and those Houston Texans going up against Darkness and the Bengals. Carl and the Texans against the Bengals. This is a tough game to pick.
Yeah.
The homie Carl is active. Love the dude. Always in the chat. And I don't know who Darkness is. I just don't know. He like Darkwing Duck, mysterious dude. Just like never see the dudes, but he knows how to play. And Carl is struggling right now. I'm picking the Bengals with a win.
Dynasty witness protection is out now in Cincy, boy. They out there for somebody in Cincinnati right now.
Yeah.
He had a nice little win beating the Chiefs, man. I kind of needed that last week to kind of keep, to keep me in the playoffs. So big shouts out to you, bro. Carl had a nice little. Texas had a nice win too, bro. Against the I think he beat the Redskins. So that was a nice little win. Big shout out to him. I think he's gonna keep the momentum up. I'm gonna go with the Houston Texans, man. He's gonna try to end the season on a good note. I know he's a better user than this record indicates.
I agree.
And I've got Houston taking the win this week, bro.
No doubt. Next up, it's the Dynasty Game of the Week. It's the defending Super Bowl champion, KP, and those Detroit Lions going into Philadelphia. That's right, Philadelphia, and playing John and the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, I don't know where this John came from, but this is not the same John. This is not the same Donut Man from last year. It's just
not year one. Yeah, it's not year one John.
No, this not last year's John.
No.
I don't know what he did. Maybe he got a raise at work. I don't know. Something happened in John life. They must have came out with a new donut at Krispy Kreme because this dude is he on a different level.
Yeah.
And KP started the year off rough. Had a little vacation, got a couple forced losses, and just kind of hurt the season. But looked up today, and the homie's 8-6. He is right there in the running. And I think if he wins out and the Bears lose the next two games, he actually can win the division. So the Lions got a little bit something extra to prove right now. And I know I can hear Dion in my head right now saying, pick the Lions to beat the Eagles because this is his pick. John's screwing up Dion's pick. I'm going to listen to you, Dion. I'm picking KP and the Lions to go into Philadelphia. This is a big win for the Lions. Lions get the easy win this week.
Philly with an impressive year. I thought for sure they weren't going to win no more than 3 games.
Yeah,
I'm going into this season, but he said he was going to abandon trying to throw the football. He's going to get back to what had him successful in his first year in Dynasty, which is running the football. So hey, that's a very good move on your part, being a user. Go with what you was good at. Big shout out to you out there in Philly, man, making some things happen, crushing people's dreams, aka Dion. But you got the defending Super Bowl champions coming into Philly, and they're playing for a playoff spot, and they refuse to come off a Super Bowl year and miss the playoffs. I know he does not want to do that a second time around.
Yeah.
He's playing tough right now. I think this is going to be a blowout. This is game of the week, but this is not going to be this isn't going to be a pretty game of the week. That's what I'm going to say. KP, the homie, this is going to be a blowout, man. It's going to be. I'll say you're going to put it to 50 piece on John, man. The 50 piece on John. 50 piece McNugget, bro.
50 piece McNugget on John. All right, next up, it's SJ and those Cardinals going up against Dat Boy Good and the Giants. Not going to waste a lot of time on this one. I feel bad for Dat Boy Good. I think he has so many people out with injuries. Just man, just had a great season till he took that sim loss. Just man, was just crazy how many people are hurt. And SJ rolling like he always is. Man, just always look up and see the Cardinals at the top of the NFC. Dude's going to make the playoffs again. I have no doubt about that. Cardinals get the win against the Giants.
I don't feel sorry for that, boy. That's what you get, bro. That's what you get for coming back, coming to my division, talking all that heat, then leaving, abandoning my division, and joining. That's what happens, dude. Karma came back and bit you in the butt, bro. But no, it does suck, though, because you definitely had a playoff run going on. He lost
he did.
So that's definitely unfortunate the way it fell off, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. I think it's like the second time it's happened to him too.
Dude, when he had the Steelers.
Multiple. Oh. I've never seen anything like that. And this happened to the same user twice. That's insane. But it stinks, man, because you got a tough Cardinals team coming into town. But I know that boy. We all know how he plays. He's definitely gonna fight. The Giants are gonna fight.
Oh, no doubt.
Home cooking. They're gonna try to finish the season off on a good note. But just gonna be a little bit too much with Brandon Cook and that speedy wide receiver core with Arizona and them Cardinals, man. So I've got Arizona going into MetLife Stadium, man, with the dub.
No doubt. Next up is skill trade in the Chiefs going up against H-Town and the Rams. Man, I'm not going against H-Town against the Chiefs. Got to pick the homie. Rams get a win.
No doubt, man. Big shouts out to that guy, JB. I've got him, though, beating the computer. I don't know who the hell controls the Chiefs. Don't know who this guy is. Witness protection, Dynasty Witness Protection, also out in Kansas City.
No
JB
doubt.
with the win, man. That nice passing game he has. Rams with the win.
Next up, it's expert in those Dallas Cowboys going into Washington to play the homie underrated in the Redskins. Man, not gonna waste a lot of time here. Cowboys go and get him a W, trying to win the division.
Cowboys with the big win. Underrated. Sorry, bro. Shouts out to you, but Cowboys going to Washington with the big win.
Next up, it's the OG Chris Murray going up against Mr. Excuses, Fruit Cocktail, and those Chargers. I'm just going to say force win Raiders because I just don't think the game's going to work. I think the homie's tanking. That's just my opinion. Whether you like it or not, I really don't care. Chris Murray with the win.
Yeah, OG Chris Murray with the win, bro. I'm not going to waste too much time on this pick. I don't even know if he's going to play. So force win Raiders.
All right, next up, another game that means a lot. It's Houdini and those Ravens, who apparently has already qualified for the playoffs, going up against the big homie and those Patriots. Big homie, listen to me. I need a W this week. Patriots with the win.
I'll be in the homie's DM once again for a second week in a row, wanting him to get this dub. He'll be right on my hind heels. Right now, the Patriots are back in the mix for a possible wild card berth, man. There's a lot of teams wrapped up in that AFC for those two wild card spots, man. I know it's the Colts have a solidified spot right now, but then there's 5-6 teams right now that are jumping for that second spot, and that first spot now is still up for grabs too. Because I don't see the Colts winning this week, so it's going to be interesting these last 2 weeks. It's a must-win game. So I would much rather see New England and represent the AFC least. And with the win, just to represent, man, so we can try to finish off this year strong. So, Houdini, bro, you cursed yourself. I'm telling you now, you cursed yourself by self-proclaiming that you got you're in the playoffs. So,
crazy.
I got New England with the win this week.
Next up, it's El Guapo and the 49ers. We need to put an APB out on El Guapo. I don't know where the homie been. Hope you all right, El Guapo. I hope you're all right. But this week, you're going to catch a beat down because you got Tone Dog in the Seahawks. And Tone Dog, he trying to finish the year out strong. I know he is. Shout out to the co-commissioners in the Dynasty, SJ and Tone Dog, holding us down. We always got to remember it's not just Dion by himself. He got three guys, the three of them trying to run this thing, doing a great job. And Tone Dog, he loves it when the 49ers are on the schedule. Go get you a W. Seahawks with a win.
Man, Seattle, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if he's got a lot of shit going on with life and whatnot, but He's having a tough year, and he's normally.
I think he had some. I think he had some family stuff. I know some big stuff with his daughter.
Yeah, I know. Shout out to him and his daughter. His daughter crossed over. She's AKA Ski Wee or whatever. I can't really how to do it, but it's something like that, man. A big shout out to you and your family, man. That's good news, no doubt. Yeah, real big, man. But he's having a tough year. He's normally one of the solid users in here that solidifies a spot in the playoffs and makes some noise, but. Down year for him right now, I guess. So which I know he'll be back come time for 2023, and most importantly, the high stakes season. He'll be right there, competing. So right now, though, I'm not really sure, what's going on in Seattle, but he's got a really easy opponent coming up. I think his quarterback's actually leading the league in interceptions this year. So it's funny between Breezy throwing the 73 picks. Last year, and then you got Flair leading the league this year. I think in picks. That's crazy, man. But man, Seattle with the win this week, easy win.
All right, next up, it's our homie H-Speed, Andre, and those Titans going up against Andy Force and the Jags. This is a big game. This is a big game. Andy Force in the driver's seat to make the playoffs. H-Speed is battling. I know H-Speed looks at the standings 30 times every day. He's looking at everybody's schedule. Y'all don't even know. Andre got a special room in his house that got every playoff scenario, who wins this week, who wins next week, how he can get in the playoffs every different way. And he's going to give Buckner the ball 30-something times this week. Man, I hate going against Andy Force because the homie is playing so well with them Jags. But you about to get the best game you can get out of H-Speed. I'm picking the Titans.
Really? This is going to be a good game, and I know the homie HB wants it bad. He's another team that's fighting in that AFC for that wild card spot. But I know the homie Andy Force and them Jaguars is a tough team. He's not losing. He refuses, no matter what point it is in the season. He's not going to lose. He has not given up a loss to a divisional opponent. He's not going to do it. He's got some things clicking. I think I respect HB's game, but he's going to come a little bit too hard, and he's going to fall behind, and then he's going to get really desperate after that. And that's where the Jags are just going to lay the law down after that, man. He kind of went into that Denver. I think this is going to be like the Denver game. All the hype going into this game, him wanting it bad, falling behind quickly, and that was pretty much it. I think this game is going to go the exact same way, man. Jags with the win this week.
Wow. Next up, it's my brother Addy 5 and those Bears going into Buffalo to play Farquaad and the Bills. Now, the Bears in the driver's seat to win his division. Pretty much wins one game, he's in the playoffs. And Farquaad, you fighting right now. It's just a regular old Madden season. At the end of the year, Farquaad fighting to get in the playoffs. Just a regular season. Took probably one of the worst losses I've ever seen against King Vitamin and the Browns. Should have made the field goal.
Heartbreaking, man.
It was a horrible way to watch you lose. Played your heart out. That guy Hoover is just shut down city. Just crazy. I wish I had a cornerback like that. That guy is just a monster. Man, this is a tough game to pick. It's my brother versus my brother. Listen, no disrespect, Addy 5. You know I love you. I'm going with the homie Farquaad. Farquaad needs this win. I want to see my boy in the playoffs. Come on, baby. Go get you a W in Chicago, at home against Chicago.
Yeah, that Cleveland loss was a tough pill to swallow, man. Really was. Big shout out to the homie Avery Parker out there. And that man is an animal, man. That was really, really. I think I watched that game twice after we played that game. That was just a really fun game to watch, and I learned some things also. But one of the things that I think we were talking about before the show was going into this next Madden. Lining up we need to bring that thing back, or they need to implement it in there as far as your number one, defensive back, cornerback, following that number one receiver, man. Because that's got to be a part of the game. That's how Avery Parker was getting off on me, man. I kept having to chase him, and it was like every other play I had to chase him. So I won't know. Wherever Avery Parker goes, I want to send my guy, my best guy with him. Shadow him all over. So I would love for him to get that back in there. But big shouts out to the homie A.B. Park out there, beast wide receiver. That was definitely a heartbreaker. But big and another big game coming up, man. Another big game coming up with the homie Hattie 5 and the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, huge.
Number one rush defense against number 2 rush defense. So I don't think it's going to be a lot of running in this game. It's going to be passing. His passing is legit. My pass defense is that great, but when it's come time to play, we got something to play for. We're going to definitely come really strong. And you're coming to Buffalo. So I've got myself pulling out this win, going 7-8, and still fighting for that playoff spot, man.
No doubt. Last game of the week, it's Mo Booker and those Dolphins going into Green Bay to play Matty Ice and the Packers. Don't look now, Matty Ice, I think, still technically not eliminated from the playoffs.
Yeah, slim chance, man. He's still in there.
Still able to get in, and he's playing good ball right now. Took some really horrible losses at the beginning of the year. I don't think he lost by more than 7 points the whole year. Just couldn't finish some ones at the beginning, but homie is playing real well, and he's going to keep that momentum going. He's going to beat down on Mo Booker and the Dolphins. No disrespect to Mo Booker. You know we love you. Packers with the easy win this week.
Yeah, I can't spend too much time on this final pick, man. Shouts out to Maddie. Shouts out to Mo, man. But I just think this is Green Bay's the better team, and they've got the slightly better user as well. Big shout out to both of you guys, though. But I definitely got Green Bay at home. That home cooking is going to come into play. He's going to try to finish off this year strong, too, man. And fight for that. He got a really slim window to get into that playoffs, man. But
yeah, he does.
If that's all you got, you're gonna see the best of these users come out. And I've got Green Bay with the win this week.
No doubt. All right, man. Episode 25 in the books.
The big 2-5, bro.
Man, we running. We're gonna get to 50, no doubt about it. Total access will get to 50. I can't wait. But that's week 16. Those are our picks. They just our opinion. Prove us right, prove us wrong. It's your homie expert, and you know I got my boy Farquaad with me.
Let's get it.
We out.